What's up, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Diamonds and Dragons. This is my Minecraft stream where we recreate classic Dungeons and Dragons dungeons and maps from tabletop role-playing game creators. This is part 5 of Marpenoth Hall, and we're making pretty good progress on it. We have finished sort of the first section of the ground floor. Today we're going to be taking, starting off on the courtyard area. It's been a pretty good week. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm doing like a daily medication for the asthma type stuff, and it's still not 100%, but it's better. And I'm getting a little bit back on track with the wobble fit thing. I powered up my treadmill yesterday and I did a 5-minute walk, which is not much, but it was all I can manage with the lung capacity and all. But it's a little bit of progress, so I'm gonna try to get back to that again after this stream is over. I'm gonna do another walk and we'll see how we do with that. I see there's already some folks in the chat. There is Stone Homie and Cass and Trial Fan and Stonehome Games. Huge congratulations to Cassie. Their Kickstarter for Shiny Good, which is a collection of 5e Dungeons and Dragons magic items. That Kickstarter fully funded within 10 minutes yesterday, and is now up to, when I checked it earlier, it was up to like 350, which is several times past the funding goal for that project. So that is really, really exciting. It's a really great project and you should check it out. There's lots of links in my Discord. Maybe somebody can drop the link to the Discord in there. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the game. When we last played, we spent some time and collected up some wither skulls so that we could create the wither boss and hopefully get a nether star. So to build the nether boss, you need soul sand in this kind of T shape, and then we'll place the 3 skulls along the top, and then that will summon the boss. I think we should be okay because we've got the red matter gear, which is pretty powerful. Got a shield. I did grab a couple of enchanted golden apples just in case. And we've got the red matter sword, which does 17 damage. So nothing's enchanted, nothing is powerful or anything like that, but we'll give it a shot and we'll see. I think I want to say that I have mob griefing turned off. I could be wrong about that. We do have, I did come down to the mines and set up this area, just kind of cleared out a zone so he doesn't fly away, and so that if there is, some things getting exploded, it won't be messing up any of our builds. Stone Homie says we're starting with a wither, not even warming up on some sheep first. No, we are not warming up on some sheep. All right, so we will place down our skulls and the last one, and then it should spawn. Now, when it does that, it's gonna spawn and then it's gonna explode, I think, as it finishes charging up. Yeah. Yeah, he's stuck up against the ceiling. And it doesn't look like he does any damage to me with this armor on, so this is kind of cheating, but this is more of a building mod pack. It's not really a combat focused mod pack or a automation mod pack, so super easy fight in this mod pack. There are other mod packs that make this fight a lot harder and makes everything a lot worse. So we got our nether star, and the great thing is we can throw that into our transmutation table, and now we have infinite nether stars. So the first thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to go ahead and make an infinity wand. The cool thing about this, it does the same thing as the diamond one does, which lets us place lots of blocks very quickly, but it doesn't have durability. So basically it'll never run out. And I got tired of like terraforming things and running into the same issue over and over again. Cool. Okay, so we got our nether star. Let's see what else we can make with it. There it goes. Okay. The game kind of froze for a second there. Couple of things for like enchantments. We can make a beacon with obsidian and glass. But not really a lot of crafting in this mod pack that uses the nether star. But we did get the infinity wand, which is kind of what I wanted. So let's get out of here, and then we'll go back to our Marpenoth Hall build and get started back on that. You can obviously see why most mod packs don't include Project E, because the dark matter and the red matter weapons are just so incredibly overpowered. Like, I don't think I took any damage from that fight at all. All right, so this is what we have so far about Marpenoth Hall. And, you know, it's coming along pretty good. I haven't filled out any of the interiors yet. I will do that at a later date. I've been thinking about how tall this stairwell is, and trying to think about how to solve it, because if I make the second floor this tall, then these ceilings are going to be just ridiculously tall, and I don't think I want that. Hold on just one second. I'm going to turn down my background music a bit because I almost can't hear myself over it. There we go. Hopefully that's not too quiet for you guys, but it got to a point where I couldn't hear myself. So the section that we're going to be working on today is going to be out here, and it's going to be the courtyard area. So let me pull up our map real quick, and you can see in the bottom these two sections here are going to be openings that lead into that courtyard at the bottom. So the courtyard is pretty big, and it won't be a very difficult build overall. Eventually we'll put some decorative trees and stuff in it, but for right now I'm just going to get the interior figured out, or rather the exterior. That needs to go. Looks like about 3 blocks out is where we need to start with the wall. This is where we need to start with that. So let's do our stone bricks. Throw down some torches on either side so we can see what we're doing here. Some of these may end up in the way, but we can always move them later on. Trial Fan says background music sounds the same here. Just right sound for your mic in the game. Good. So how far out does this need to go? 3, 6, 9, 12. 20. 33 blocks out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, 33. 1 torch right in the way of where the wall needed to go. How has everyone been doing this week? Anything interesting on your end? I have not done a whole lot. I did go spend some time with family last weekend. Sunday we did not have Sunday Night NES because that day my asthma was really flaring up. And I was just having a really hard time breathing. I don't know what that was, what kind of kicked it off that day. Other than that, I've done pretty well. Just before this stream kicked off, Stonehomie and I were talking that it seems like this week has gone by really, really fast. It doesn't feel like it's already Wednesday. Cass says, frazzled but good. This involves having to be a lot more social than usual. However, in non-TTRPG news, my corn has sprouted. That's cool. I have never tried to grow corn. So that's really exciting. Cass and I played No Man's Sky for a little while. What day was that? Was that yesterday? Okay, I think this is kind of fun, because if you look in the background, it looks like Stonehomie's sheep has a crown from the mountains. I think that's cool. No Man's Sky is a really interesting game. They have I got the game whenever it first launched, and at the time there wasn't much to it, but Hello Games has just continued to put a ridiculous amount of effort into continuing to build up the game and add new features to it over time, and there's just so much depth to it. Cassie took me around to a couple of places, and I'm like, I'm still in early game, and We ended up on like one planet where the Sentinels just pounced on us immediately. It was crazy. It's one of those games that I progress really slowly in because I mainly just putz around a lot. Like, oh, there's plants. Let's go look at the plants. There's new animals. Let's go look at the new animals. I have so much stuff in my mission log that I haven't done because I just keep wandering around, and it has this thing where like there's 3 or 4 alien races in the game, and each of them has their own language. And each time you talk to an alien, you can learn a couple of words of that language. And so whenever you first talk to them, their speech just looks like gobbledygook. But over time, as you learn more words from the language, you can start to understand what they're saying. And that is, for me, one of the more addictive parts of No Man's Sky, because I just go around and try to learn as many words as possible. Let's see. Fan says, good, nothing too exciting, waiting for a grocery order. I did have an asthma flare yesterday, better now. Cass says, I'm growing some decorative glass gem corn. It's for drying and hanging. And yeah, that was yesterday. Glass gem corn is so cool. Like, it's just really pretty. Homie says, a crown for a first citizen. Cass says we should build a community base, Wobbs. That would be really cool. Yeah. I don't know who else in our Discord plays No Man's Sky. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. I need to do... It's like maybe 2. Trial Fan says, what is glass gem corn? You need to Google it. Just Google glass gem corn. It is really pretty. It's corn, but it has, like, each kernel is a different color. I don't think it's, you know, really intended for eating. It's more just for looks, but it's really neat. Stone Homie says, I have a pinched nerve that makes my whole left leg hurt. Starts to go numb whenever I stand up. That's been pretty fun. Is that like that sounds like sciatica, dude. Sciatica is not fun. Okay, so Cass says you can make popcorn with it. Okay, but does the is the popcorn just white, or does it like take the color? I'm sure it's just white. I think we go maybe 2. Cass says, pretty sure just white, but the bit at the center would still retain some of the color. That said, if I'm ever having to eat my decorative corn, things have gone even more south than expected. Yeah, that sounds about right. Doing the interior of the courtyard should be pretty quick. It doesn't really take up a whole lot of time to put this one together. I feel like I'm being a little bit loose on my measurements, so I guess we'll see what happens when I start trying to put everything together. Bricks. Okay. Got that end. So this side is interesting, because it's got lots of openings leading onto the courtyard. AV64 Dancer, welcome in. Says, how are the Wobble fans today? Placed these in the wrong spot, I think. These should actually be wooden walls, because this is another interior room. Got that needs to. No, I think I did that wrong. Yeah. That should be. Yeah, should be right. I think. Hi, Table Worst. How's it going? Hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. That goes 6. I feel like my dimensions are off. Guess maybe not. Okay. So that corridor goes all the way down. Bar. But we'll break them if we need. Wait a second. We have an infinity one. Forgot about that. So let's place all 4 of them at one time. Okay. Looks like there is. A platform here. Provides a little bit of definition. do. Sonomi says, I get to play D&D tonight. We are finishing up our 2024 Salt Marsh game. Cool. This from above and see what everything looks like. Should do 6 from here. Tablewurst says, D&D is great. I can't wait for the next session with my friends. Are you a DM or a player, Tablewurst? Believe it or not, the vast majority of my followers actually don't follow me for the streaming. We talk a lot about tabletop role-playing games on my Blue Sky and on the Discord. We have an entire channel for, we actually have several channels for discussion of various aspects of D&D and other tabletop role-playing. We have a maps channel where Stone Homie and a couple of other of our cool creators always post cool maps that they made, and we have a tabletop role-playing game channel and a whole bunch more. Okay, so that should come together like that. Looks like we do 2 in on each side. Tricky thing about building this is the dimensions don't scale 100% to Minecraft shapes. So it's a little bit of fuzzy math sometimes trying to make it look right. That's going to end up with 5. Which doesn't look right. I think it's going to be 3. Be another on each side. Stone Homie says I followed for Final Fantasy IV. we should be back in Final Fantasy IV Ultima on Saturday. I've been spending a little bit of time doing some grinding on levels so that hopefully we can beat the war mech and move forward in the Giant of Babil in that game. Fan says, "Are you still working on Deviant D&D Mom's terrarium?" It's actually a terrarium, not an aviary. I haven't done anything more with it, and it's mainly because I'm kind of stuck with my dimensions. I want to build a lizard on the inside, like climbing up the inside of one of the glass walls. The problem I'm running into, and I've tried a couple of different attempts at it, and none of them are looking the way I want to, is the interior space is smaller than it looks. And because it's smaller than it looks, I can't get the lizard to look the way I want to with the blocks I have available. This mod pack does have, it's got a series called little tiles, which allow you to break blocks down to smaller bits. And I think I could do something with that. The problem is I don't know anything about that mod. And so it's a little bit of a learning curve. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to leave the terrarium as it is right now. And then I will come back to it at a later date and add the lizard. The next build I'm going to work on is I've got a supporter on Ko-fi. Name is Gusty. He's never, I don't think he watches my streams, or if he does, he doesn't chat. But he has been one of my earliest supporters, and I really want to do one for him. I don't know a whole lot about Gusty, so I was thinking, okay, Gus with the wind kind of thing. I was thinking about doing like a really cool tornado kind of build, maybe out this way and do some terrain damage and then have the tornado going up into the sky. I think that might be really cool. So especially because then you would see it like in the horizon behind Marpenoth Hall once we get that done. But I got to figure out exactly how much further the hall is going to go. And I don't think it'll go too much further out from here. I'm going to have to probably do a little bit of terraforming to extend this out just a little bit further. When I first measured, this line of cobblestone was where I had measured to be the edge of the build. But I think it's going to extend out just a little bit further than that. So got a little ways to go as far as that stuff goes. I think what I ended up doing, I think I misjudged my I think I planned my build 90 degrees from where it actually is, because I have a lot more space on this side than I do at that end, which is not a problem. All I got to do is just extend the, I just got to terraform a little bit of grass out the other way. But let's take a look at our courtyard shape and see how we're looking right now compared to our map. That looks pretty close, the interior. Like I said, the dimensions are a little bit different just because of the fuzziness of converting a drawing to Minecraft size. And I think the perspective here makes it look a little bit weirder than it actually is, but I think it works. So we need our glass. And we got I like doing the copycat walls instead of glass panes just because they are a little bit thicker, and I think it gives a nice effect to the dimensions of the walls. So I do keep misplacing them and sticking iron block on the side of them. This way you have these big windows looking out onto the courtyard. I think that's going to look nice. We'll probably get some curtains or something put up later on each side of these windows just to kind of frame them a little bit. This mod pack does have some curtain blocks that are pretty cool. I use them in the Tower of Cartographer Nearsloo, which is over here. gander at this real quick. I've shown this off on other streams, so I'm not really going to belabor it, but it has these really cool curtain blocks that start with like they have like a curtain rod kind of texture at the top, and they continue down as far as you keep placing them. Something like that might be neat for the interior when we get to that point. Zombie somewhere, I hear him. Also one of these guys. Haven't seen one of them in a bit. I guess that means I need to place down another one of my mega torches. Must be out of the range of the last one. Alright, so let's grab one of those. Mega torch. That should keep bad guys from spawning too close to me again. Place those in all kinds of wrong areas. Okay, so I want to do doors. Not going to connect if I do it like that. Do a different. Yeah. May not be what I end up sticking with, but we'll see. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like the coloring though. Cass says it's garden time on my way out, but have a great day, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us, Cass. I'm glad that your Kickstarter is doing really well, and I'm excited to see what happens with that. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know why this makes that swing sound. The grass won't grow on these as long as they have the roots in the rooted dirt. What I'm doing is getting all the roots out of it. All right, so now grass will fill in this area. Let's see. I need to put... there. This interior one looks like it is actually a... side, where are... got there, and then these are going to be... pretty big. My dimensions might be off a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. Actually know what glass shards do. apparently turn them into dirty glass or back into glass. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Copycat. And more glass. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Slabs. I don't actually have... Oh, that's right. I forgot because for whatever weird reason, you can't actually put... There we go. Stairwell coming up into there. Same on this side. Side should do the same thing. Check our copycat things and see what we have. Yeah, I think that. Not sure if I'm wild about the birch logs here. They go for oak. I feel like they're too thick, honestly. Got some framed blocks that I could use that would split the difference. That might look better. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to mess with it right now. I'll come back to it later on. But the basic shape of the courtyard is basically done. Looks like we need to do some pathing. And then there is this like octagon shape middle. About directly from there. I have 6. Figuring out the dimensions on the shape is going to be tricky. Like it's about I need to put this one back. Problem with this red matter morning star is it's so fast that it breaks everything before you really need it to. So let's drop some stuff off. See if we have, yeah, we got a dark matter shovel. That'll work a little bit better. Yeah, that doesn't look too terrible. Okay, so let's do some paths. I don't want to listen to that sound 40,000 times, so we're going to change to a normal diamond shovel. That. actually need. Let's do sandstone. It'll just give it kind of a focal look and kind of change things up a little bit so we're not using the same blocks all the time. Uh-oh, looks like my chat disconnected for just a second, so I'd have lost you guys. Like YouTube might be having a little bit of glitchiness this morning. Hope it wasn't frozen for too terribly long. Try cut sandstone, see how that one does. Still doesn't. Polished sandstone, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That'll work. We are here. Horton hears a Who reference. That doesn't look too terrible. Copycat slabs. Wanting to place vertical. Yeah, that works. Okay, so where are the trees? Big one in this corner. I think I'm going to mess with the trees right now. I'll come back to them later on. All right, so I'm going to probably end today's stream a little bit early today, but we got some pretty good progress done on this courtyard. We have got the interior of the courtyard basically done, and it doesn't have the decorations, doesn't have flowers or trees or anything like that yet. But let me see if I can come up here a little bit and you can see the full extent of what we have done on the build so far. I feel like my dimensions are still maybe a little bit off. Not sure if the courtyard's dimensions are quite right. I feel like it should be wider than it is. But I don't know if that is just Minecraft dimensions being finicky, or if it's actually that way. Oh no, it is off by just a little bit, I think. Because see, this section right here, this section should actually come out a couple more blocks. So that is wrong, but we'll fix it later. I'll fix it next time. Don't Homie says next we run a D&D game in there. That would be really cool. You would have to have a extremely dedicated DM to completely build the your Dungeons and Dragons adventures in Minecraft before running them, but it would be very, very cool to do so. There's a guy on Blue Sky who is working, I can't remember his name right now. It's Luke something. There's a guy on Blue Sky who is currently working on creating a tabletop role-playing game. I think it's a solo game that you play while you play Minecraft. So you do dice rolls and things like that. Table Worst says, what's your favorite class? That's tricky. I'm kind of a traditionalist in that I like the basic 4 fighter, priest, rogue, mage. I typically either play wizard or I play fighter. That said, I've had a lot of fun with paladins. Um, I've never played a. I've played a bard once or twice, and I enjoyed them. But typically, I'm more of a DM. I don't really play as a player all that often. I have in a couple of one shots and things like that. Typically, when I do play, I play as a DM. Sorry. Don't Know Me says I've always been a big fan of clerics. All right, guys. So our next stream is going to be Saturday, back in Final Fantasy IV Ultima. We are in the middle of the Giant of Babil, and hopefully I can level up enough so that we can Ormec. Ormec is a boss from Final Fantasy One who has been added to Final Fantasy IV in the ROM hack. And he is a doozy last time that we. So hopefully I have leveled up enough that we will that boss. I don't know if it'll happen. Find out. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It has been a really fun, chill morning, and I'm gonna go see if I can get my walk-in bubble fit, so we can get back on track with that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye bye.